join later. The link is in the chat.
Mark and Viva.
What's up, everybody? I am doing Scream 2 tonight, and I am joined by my good friend, the Solus Trenchcoat,
Yep.
my other friend, Munster Deacon, and the ever lovely Ethel Cross.
Hey ho.
Greetings.
Munster Deacon and the ever lovely. So I'm going to start it off with what did you guys like about Scream 2? Just whatever.
Trenchy, do you want to go first?
What I like about Scream 2, I like seeing the characters back again, like Randy and Sydney but I'm certain, Dewey and all them. And Gail. I love the feeder aspects of it, like how they use the feeder stage in the final battle against the killer, and just the whole fact she's in a play and she's seeing the Scream faces and stuff. I like that, and I like Cotton Weary, man. Cotton Weary's my favorite part of the movie because I like how the whole time he's dead set on getting this interview, and even at the end, he's about to do some crazy shit to get it. And, it's fun.
Ethel?
Oh, I like Jerry O'Connell, but that's pretty much all I liked.
I liked her beefcake.
Yeah, huh?
I think for me, it's pretty much the opening scene with the cinema, because you definitely sit there and get the impression that it's basically repeating the first movie, but with a bigger foundation, because now real life has affected the media, and the media is now affecting real life.
And I'm going to go along with that sentiment and add to it that the one thing I really liked about this movie is they ramped up the body count. And, granted, some of the kills weren't nearly as graphic as what you got in Scream 1. The Randy scene alone, to me, when he gets offed, that to me is well worth the price of admission for this movie. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love the character of Randy, but he died an awesome death. And I'm of the opinion that if you're going to go for a bigger body count, make sure you do it right. And they did it right. Like I said, some of the kills to me felt a little bland, like the Sarah Michelle Gellar kill. Well, she got stabbed back twice. That fall would not have killed her. That balcony wasn't that high up. So she could have survived that fall, even with the 2 knife wounds in her back. She would have had some broken bones, but she would have survived nonetheless. But yeah, I just like that, you the way that movie opened, you just knew nobody was safe. It was just par excellence. All right. Well, we know Ethel's favorite character in Scream. So, Trinchy, who is your favorite character?
Oh, Scream 2, like I said, I gotta go Cotton Weary, man. He's the shit.
Cotton Weary?
Yeah, because it's like this guy, he was just put up for trial. And, he was in jail for a murder he did not commit. And he comes out, and all he wants is his fucking interview, man. All he wants is his interview. And, like, they build it up as he's like a big red herring to be the killer. But then, like I said, in the end of the movie, they're like handing him the gun. He's like, hey, if you want the interview, like fucking, shooter. He's thinking about it, and he's even talking about it too. I'm like, dude, you were just in prison for a crime you didn't commit. You want to go back for a crime you did commit? What the fuck? Over an interview? But I love he doesn't do it, and I love in the end how he gets his fucking interview, man. Because I felt bad for the dude. But I'm like, Cossack, you're a fucking idiot, man. Don't kill this chick over in an interview.
Prison changes a person, you know?
Yeah. I think for me, it will always be in 1 and 2, my favorite character, Randy Meeks.
I
Okay.
I
my
love
favorite.
Randy. Yeah, I would. I'm gonna go other side of the coin here because I do love Randy. To me, in 1 and 2, Randy was so should have been your final guy, final girl, whichever one you want to call it, because he had the whole horror knowledge. But I'm gonna go with Mickey. I love Timothy Oliphant as Mickey in Scream 2. Like we were discussing before I went live. That whole discussion in the classroom when Randy and Mickey are talking sequels,
Mm-hmm.
just brilliant. I mean, yes. Again, Cotton is right there at the end is your savior, and he is a great character. And Liam Schreiber is a great actor in any role you put him in. But Mickey you actually believed Mickey could be that fucking nuts just because he plays it so well.
Yeah,
was so-
throughout most of the movie, he's got the wide-eyed, crazy eyes.
Yeah.
He was so hammy, man, with it. That's why I love is he just went full ham, and it really contrasted well with Mrs. Loomis, who was like the stone cold killer.
He was so hammy, he was nearly Porky Pig.
That's all, folks.
He was so hammy, they called him Smithy Field.
There goes our little babe.
Okay, now
That'll do.
That'll do.
oh no worries, Martin.
Oh,
Fish.
He said he's got stuck on a proxy and he's trying to sort it. No worries.
We've
Yeah.
all been there, dude. We've all been there.
it
Yeah,
happens.
I talked to him. Yeah, I was gonna tell you after the stream, but it's good he's here to tell you.
Well, we all understand. We all have projects that tend to take up our time. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna flip the script on everybody. What didn't you like about Scream 2? Ethel, you wanna have the floor?
Yeah, too many fake out jump scares. Like, I don't mind it once in a while, but like when every single time the camera is up close on a character and they're walking or they're standing there and you can tell it's gonna come, and then it's not the murderer or it's not like something that's relevant. It's just somebody like, oh, I almost bumped into you there. It's like, come on, guy, come on. Come on. But
The links in the chat are go for it.
Join us, Art. Join us.
Come to the dark
Uh,
side, Art. We have cookies.
For me, it's going to sound counterproductive because this is just my personal point of view. But I think Sydney or Gale should have either died in that movie or been severely injured for the next one.
Well, Dewey was severely injured in the movie.
I know Dewey was, but Dewey ended up basically being semi-useless in the first one until he got stabbed. Second one, he's injured.
Yeah.
Whereas Gale and Sydney pretty much get off scratch-free.
Gale gets a flesh wound from the gunshot from the gun going off when Mickey gets shot. That's it.
Yeah, they should have suffered a bit more. Kind of like a shot in the shoulder, meaning that they've got problematic lifting up the mic or something. But for being victims of two serial attackers' attacks in a row, basically, they should be suffering some damage, not just mental and emotional trauma.
I hear you with that for sure. That makes.
But that's just my point. That's just my personal point of view.
I'm kind of right there with you, Deacon. What I didn't, and Ethel as well. What I didn't like about Scream 2 was, even though they ramped up the body count, they didn't really do a real good job of character development.
That's because I feel like there could have been more kills. Like, though, there were these two sorority girls that kept popping out throughout the movie. I thought they should have died, and like, they didn't add anything to the plot, so they could have been good, like body count. But no, they're just kind of there. I'm like, well, you did some pretty good kills.
I mean, yeah, okay. I know you brought back the original cast, but you never. With the exception of Sydney, you don't really learn what Gale or Dewey have been doing since that first movie.
Nah.
You know, that's a gripe I have throughout for most of the Scream movies is there's no real character development. I mean, I know that's a little, I don't know, blasé to say about a slasher movie, but you would think that from Scream 1 to Scream 2, you would get a little bit of a story for, okay, so how did Dewey, how many months did Dewey have to recover after his injuries from Scream 1?
Mm-hmm.
How, what did, how many, how long does Sydney have to go to therapy for after Scream 1? I know I know it sounds cliche, but when you're building a franchise, I want a little more story on the characters that are returning to said franchise.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like it is funny because throughout the franchise, I think Sydney gets the most development. Like in this one, she's facing PTSD, and she kind of has some development going on. But it's like Gale, they kind of skip around the development. Like some movies she gets development, some movies she doesn't. And Dewey's just Dewey the whole movie. Dewey's just there to see how's this idiot gonna survive this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you're watching Dewey for. I love Dewey, but come on, man. That dude goes through a lot.
Yeah. Ethel, do you want to say anything? Because I know we can't see your icon.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have anything to add.
Oh no, just thought I'd check.
Oh no, it's cool.
Cool.
I could be on camera, but all you guys get is the still image, and that's not very exciting because like I'm frozen.
No, it's not from. I just thought I'd stop and check every once in a while because I know when we start talking, we tend to get a bit carried away.
I got small things to say, but they're just like facts and stuff, and I'll spread them around when they seem more relevant.
That's all. Feel free to interject anything you want to add.
Exactly.
Just tell us to shut up and we'll listen.
Well, hey, completely off topic, but the alternate titles for this film, right? That they didn't.
Scary movie.
Huh?
Scary Movie was what this movie was supposed to be called.
No, that was the first one. The first one was supposed to be called Scary Movie. This one was actually potentially going to be called Scream Again, and they also had Scream Louder, and then they had this one, which I think they should have gone with because it would have fit the meta nature of the franchise. Scream, the sequel.
That would have worked.
See, I like Scream the sequel. The other ones not so much, but Scream the sequel could have worked.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been excellent.
Yeah.
Especially having that conversation about sequels in the movie, it would have fit right in there.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a nice fact, and that is a nice title that it should have gone with.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I think just to put my final nail in the coffin on the characters things, just because I can, is when it comes to the Scream movies, because of how Sydney seems to be impervious to damage, it seems to be more like Sydney versus serial killers dressed up as a Scream.
Yeah, you're right in your assessment there, Deacon. Because through 4 movies, it's not until Scream 4 that you actually see Sydney take any real damage.
Mm-hmm. And then she takes a lot of damage in Scream 4, but it's not as bad as it should have been because she's still able to fight back, even though in that condition she should not have been able to fight back. But I still love it though. But
yeah, I'm still going to like the movies, but I do think that Sydney should have degraded a bit over time. There should have been more damage, more trauma. But that's me unable to suspend my personal suspension of disbelief.
Oh no, I'm with Deacon because I believe that at least someone other than Dewey should have been seriously injured in that franchise.
yeah.
I mean, if you see Dewey Scream 1 to Scream 2, Dewey's only got the use of one arm basically,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only reason why he survives Scream 2 is because he gets stabbed in that same shoulder that has all the scar tissue. Otherwise, Dewey would have died in Scream 2.
Yeah.
Gets fucked up bad in Scream 2. Yeah. Like, I thought he died, man, and then he's back in the big one.
See, this is going to be me thinking outside the box, and this is just adding something to a movie that probably shouldn't have been added anyway. But it would have been fun if in number 2 or number 3, Gail turned up and she had to have a claw arm so she could hold the microphone, just to show that she's been through trauma herself, but isn't giving up.
That would have been totally Gail too.
They give her a microphone hand.
Yeah.
A microphone hand. I love it, Ethel.
Walks around and interviews everyone. You will answer my questions.
It would have been more like convincing than that one scratch she has on her face throughout the whole Scream movie. It's one little scratch. It's like we can't fuck up Fox's face, but we got to make it look like she's been through some shit. Put a little scratch on her face.
Oh, and we have a Natalie in the chat saying, "Hey guys."
Hey Natalie.
Hi Nat. But yeah, I like how throughout the first Scream anyway, Gail and Sydney both get minor Nixon cuts, while everybody else gets eviscerated.
Minor reparations.
You know, I mean, yeah, and like like Marty discussed in when we did the first Scream stream, the Tatum kill isn't really physically possible. It just you can't crush somebody in a fucking electronic garage door.
It's still badass stuff. I know it's
It
not
is.
possible. I still love it.
It really, for ingenuity, I will give that kill a 9 out of 10.
I mean, I feel the kills in this one are kind of like they're a little memorable, like the feeder kill and stuff. But it's like, and Sarah Michelle Gellar, of course. But it's like they're not really like the first one. You remember most of the kills. This one, it's just I don't feel like they could have done better with the kills. Like they had some good tense scenes where they have to climb over the Scream character in the cop car. They have to climb to try to get out
Like
over
they
him.
had
That was dope, but
Oh,
it was
like they had to scale it back a bit. I think is what happened with the kills in this movie, because Wes Craven, as you guys know, every time you make one of these movies, or really any movie, you have to submit it to the MPAA. And Wes Craven had to submit this movie 8 times. Like he submitted 8 different cuts before it passed the MPAA. So like maybe that's what happened.
that's fair. I can forgive for that. That's fair.
No worries, Natalie. I'm gonna be doing the whole Scream franchise, so there'll be other streams for you ladies to join.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime.
Like I said, you ladies are always welcome. But
Yeah,
to me, go ahead, Ethel.
Sorry, Ethel?
No, I was just saying you jump in the line.
And rock your body on time.
Join the conga. Da-da-da-da-da.
But to me, I think whereas Scream 1 really felt like a slasher, I think Scream 2 felt more like a psychological thriller.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because even though they had a bigger body count, you didn't really have that oh my god moment like you did in Scream 1. That thing, that scene where it's like, you really know you're in a slasher movie. Yeah, okay, the opening scene aside, you don't really get that. You feel like, oh my god, this is a horror movie.
No, I can kind of see where you're coming from with that logic, because in the first one, you've got the horror cliches: small killer in small town after certain targets. It is interesting. It is small, but it does strike as horror. Where's he going to strike from? Who are they going to kill? Where are they? Whereas in the second one, you can tell from straight off the bat they've gone, okay, this is more about psychological terror. What are the ramifications of these people after the first movie? What are they feeling? What drawbacks have they now gathered? What things are they now going to be seeing as danger and not sensing things that are dangerous?
Exactly.
For sure. I mean, that is true. And a lot of the kills are left to the imagination, which kind of works for the thriller side of it. Plus, you have Sydney, she's doing the play that kind of she's doing the Shakespeare play and the the guy tells her to be brave and stuff and to conquer her fears, and it kind of like mirrors the Scream situation. So, and you got her seeing the masks on the play. So the play they're doing mirrors the real life situation. So that kind of fits in with the psychological thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Shakespeare play. Let's see which play it was, because I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's like some Shakespeare play. I forget. I think it's like Macbeth or something. No, it's not Macbeth because it might be because it's a. But the main character, I think, is a female, and it's got all the people are in red robes and they're like surrounding her. And then you see the Scream masks at one point because she's having PTSD, which is. It was good to bring in the PTSD angle, kind of carry something over from the original, that she's like kind of fucked up from this.
Yeah, and I think that's where the psychological thriller comes in, because in the first movie she was basically a victim, and in this one she's trying to get over her victimhood.
Yeah, I feel like Sydney's arc is kind of becoming like, I'm not a victim anymore, I'm a survivor. I'm a fighter, man. I'm not gonna feel bad about my pain or anything. You know, I'm gonna use it as an advantage.
Okay, and here's something for you guys, and I don't know if Ethel knows this. The play in Scream 2, Shakespeare's The Oresteia, Oresteia. The importance of Achilles, the Oresteia, is important because the tragedy represents the main aspects of Greek tragedy. Presenting the trilogy deals with the themes of the inheritance of evil and retribution of a crime.
That's exactly what Scream 2 is kind of about. Because the killer is seeking retribution. Well, one of them is.
Yeah, very on the nose, that, but it's a nice little add-in.
It's neat that they have that play in this, and then they've got the movie within the movie in this as well. Like they've got Stab.
Yeah. It just goes to show Scream 2 is very meta on many levels.
I agree.
I was gonna say, you want to know the cool thing about to get off the play for a second, talking about the movie within the movie, Stab. You know, scenes in that were actually directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Really?
Yeah, the Heather Graham and the Luke Wilson scene were both directed by Robert Rodriguez. So that's kind of fun.
Wow. See, we learn stuff on this channel, people.
I was just gonna agree with Natalie that when you first see Scream 2, they're setting it up for Cotton Weary to actually be the killer, and he turns out he's the savior.
Yeah, he's just an idiot, and he helps him in the end. He just wants his interview, man. He just wants his interview.
Yeah, he's kind of like the idiot who should not be there in the first place, because if you've just been released from prison after being falsely accused of a crime by someone's daughter, do you really want to go and visit that daughter?
He was stalking her. He was literally stalking her for his interview.
Give me the interview now.
They were sort of setting him up so that you'd think that, like I remember thinking much the same thing when I saw this on home video the first time around, renting it from the video store that time. But I was like, oh, really? Well, I guess that's cool that it wasn't the obvious choice, but
Yeah, but again, like in the first movie, you pay close attention to, if you pay close attention to Mrs. Loomis and the Mickey, you can tell that something's not right with those two.
I like Mrs. Loomis though, because she's kind of this reporter in the background, and Like she's always there, but you can overlook her pretty easily because you just think, oh, it's just a reporter, like it's just a rival for Gale. But in the end, they reveal it's Mrs. Loomis, and it's like, oh shit, like that was an important character. So it makes the rewatch kind of cool, seeing her
Yeah.
work behind the scenes.
I will say that out of all these Scream movies, I think Scream 2 has the best reveal as far as killers go. I think Scream 1 had the best opening kill because there's no denying that opening kill where they eviscerate Steve and Drew Barrymore is iconic.
Mhm.
But Billy and Stu just acted way too kooky and creepy to for somebody not to go, yeah, it's those guys.
Yeah, they would at least be on a suspect list.
Yeah. Whereas Mrs. Loomis, like Trinity said, you think of her just as a reporter. You don't. You can overlook her 100 times.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, seeing as we're chatting about number 2 and some of the ones that will be following and number 1, how about the theory? It hasn't been mentioned in the movies yet. This is just a fan theory that people have come up with because they've looked at the first movie and they've come up with a timing situation, which is where there has to be a third killer in number 1 because there's no way those two could have been in all of those places at the same times. There has to be a third person.
Good point, Nat. She goes, and Natalie goes, and how many times has Randy been right on who the killer was? The first Scream movie, he guessed it was Billy, which he was right, and he didn't know that Stu was a part of it as well.
In Scream 2, he guessed that Mickey was the killer, and then again he was right, but didn't know Billy's mom was the killer too. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So he gets 50%
right on the
of the
money.
team. Oh. See, this is why he should have survived. He is the horror aficionado.
And by that token, Kirby should have survived Scream 4 because she knew more than Randy did.
But the only problem is she never guessed the killer because that's the only thing Randy has on her. Is Randy was able to figure out one of the killers. Kirby was not. But Kirby was still badass. I love Kirby. I like Kirby.
Bring Randy back now, he says. That's going to be kind of hard to do with as many puncture holes as he had in his chest.
Yeah, there was a rumored proposition for him being brought back, and for how they were going to do it was going to be weird. Instead of him being brought back in witness protection or kind of like survived and yada yada yada, it was going to be they find all of his old cassette tapes where he recorded everything he knows about horror movies and how they play out.
They could have brought him back like they did with Michael Myers in Halloween 5, just have a hobo find him and take care of him.
Jesus.
Although I would like the idea of him actually surviving and being put into witness protection because he knows how to find killers. He turns out to be a great detective.
That would be interesting. And it would get us away. It would get us away from Dewey.
Dooby dooby doo, where are you? Because you have no clue how.
Pretty much. All right. Now, here's my favorite. My question is, favorite kill from Scream 2.
Ooh, favorite kill. I'm gonna have to think about that.
You want to go, Trinchy?
Wait, the cop. There was the one cop that gets stabbed in the back of the head through the car. I like that kill. I like that kill. I think these movies pretty weak on kills for me, but I like that kill. I remember that.
For me, I think it's got to be, right there at the end of the movie when Sydney, even though Sydney puts a bullet right in Mrs. Loomis's head, even though it's not technically a kill, she just says bang and then drops the gun, and goes, just making sure. Just it's like total badass, classic Sydney moment.
Yeah, gotta make sure.
I think for me, it's one of two. It's either no, I'm going to go with the one that I like the most. Near the beginning, where the guy in the bathroom gets stabbed through the ear.
That was great. I love that scene.
Natalie
says that the Mrs. Loomis getting shot in the head is her favorite scene too.
But I like the first kill.
It was great. I loved it.
But I like the first kill because it kind of gave you the impression that anyone could be a victim this time round.
That was what the whole premise of Scream 2 was nobody was safe.
Yeah. I like the motive of Scream 2 though, like Mickey's motive. How he's like, I want to be caught as the killer, but I'm going to blame the movies. I thought that was really interesting because I feel like that could really happen. Some guy kills someone and he goes to jail and he's like, I did it because of the horror movies. Like, he wanted to be famous.
That actually happened.
Yeah, that actually did happen, Trenchy.
Yeah. I heard these two guys killed. Killed this chick and they like filmed it, and it was because they blamed Scream.
They didn't just blame Scream. They also copied some of the tactics from Scream.
Yeah. They turned off the lights and they hid in the house. I remember this. I followed it a little bit.
Yeah, and they wore identical masks so she wouldn't know exactly how many people were in the house.
They did the whole voice changer thing and everything as well.
Yeah, they prank called her, everything.
They planned it out too. You could see her. They filmed her at school, and they talked about how she was the target, and then they went up and talked to her, and it's like really disturbing.
Basically, it's a little off topic, but yeah, that entire thing took 6 weeks from them planning, executing, and being caught.
Yeah, they tried to say they were at the movies, and then they tried to say they were jacking cars, but they finally got caught because they're like, no, you.
Sure, glad you said cars.
They're trying to jack bras.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the cops even asked them what the movie was about, and they couldn't tell them because, of course, they didn't see the movie. And teenagers that seen a movie, you're gonna know what the movie's about. So then when they said they were jacking cars, they looked. There's no cars missing. Like they caught them eventually.
See, they did one smart thing, which was they bought tickets for the movies. So they did have what they needed to do was go and watch the movie beforehand. But I'm not trying to encourage criminals, but be smarter.
Yeah, no, it probably goes without saying, but like folks at home, don't go and kill people and then blame it on the movie. Like don't do that. Like pick up a hobby instead. Build one of those chips in a bottle, or like, take up macrame. Just come on.
Yeah. And if you really, really have this penchant for being that kind of person, join the military. Put it to good use.
Exactly.
If you
lot of those people couldn't make it in the military. They
True.
would be fast.
Yeah, they'd be kicked.
Everybody is a suspect. Words from Randy Natalie says.
Mm,
But it's
Words
technically,
still
Yeah.
live by them.
yeah, anytime that a crime happens in your vicinity, everyone is a suspect until the real person's found or until you're ruled out.
Exactly.
It's the way of the world. Da, da, da.
I forgot. I love the cameraman in this too. The cameraman for Gale, because he's all like, "What happened to the last cameraman?" It's like,
He got
okay,
killed.
he's so scared he's gonna die, and then at the end he's like, "I made it the whole movie."
I can't remember if it was him, if it was this movie, but at one point, doesn't he turn around to Gale and say, "You want me to go in there? I demand double time."
Exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, because I don't think, as far as I can remember, I don't remember Gale having a cameraman in the third one.
I don't.
In the third one, she was her own camera. She carried one of those GoPro thingamajiggies.
Yeah, and I was supposed to say,
Because in the third one, they switched out the cameraman for fake Gale, because they had the chick who was playing Gale in the movie, and she was trying to out Gale. So it was a competition of who's
Yeah.
the best.
Parker Posey was supposed to play Gale, and I just no. Parker Posey is a decent actress, but she no.
Trying to
You know-
out Gale.
No. No.
We almost got Reese Witherspoon and Alicia Silverstone in this movie. Well, not at the same time, but we almost had either one of them for CC.
Whoa.
Really?
That would have made a different movie.
Yeah,
They
no
were
shit.
strongly considered, but then were passed up. But we almost got one of the two.
That would have made the movie a bit better, in my point of view. Just a tad.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
well,
have to agree with that statement.
the thing is, Sarah Michelle Gellar, I guess, was hard to work with on set. Like, she was like very bitchy and shit. So that's why in Scream 3, Jenny McCarthy's character is a parody of Sarah Michelle Gellar on Scream 2 to kind of get back at her behavior.
She was probably just grumpy from being sexually harassed by Joss Whedon for all them years.
That's fair.
One would think that would make her relieved that she was on an actual movie set, not a TV set.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I guess she didn't like how she was like an older woman playing this like teenage character who just gets killed. I guess she was annoyed by it. Like,
Maybe, but if you go from being a star of your own TV series to playing a bit part in a movie, you might carry a chip on your shoulder by accident.
yeah.
True. Very true.
I don't know. I always thought, like, if they were going to do anything else with that property, they should have made another movie and actually had Sarah. But that's just my thoughts. The first movie was good, but yeah, I don't know. Would have been nice.
No? Okay. How would you improve on since you opened Pandora's box? How would you improve on Scream 2?
That I don't know. I don't know what you could do with this. I really don't. Like,
Well,
how do you follow the first movie? Like, a sequel 9 times out of 10
okay.
is superior.
The sequel, and this is just me. This is just my logic. Here's how you could improve Scream 2. One, you don't set Cotton up to be the red herring. You know, you either A, put him out front with in you know, front and center, and you know, he is either your killer, or you know, you set him up that, okay, this is going to be the guy that, you know, we're going to have save the day, which is what happens in Scream 2 anyway. But don't don't do the whole double issue. You know, you either do one or the other. Two, if you're gonna kill off Buffy, give her a good death. I mean,
Yeah.
If you're again, I'm one of those guys that if you're going for a bigger body count, make the kills actually memorable.
Like, Mark, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I feel like the only reason Sarah Michelle Gellar's kill is memorable is because it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. If that was just an unknown, that wouldn't be memorable at all to me.
I totally agree with that. If it hadn't been Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it had been Jane Doe from, you know, Porktown or whatever, you wouldn't have cared.
No, it's only cool because it's like, look, Sarah Michelle Gellar, I know her. She's from Buffy. Like,
and she stays for 15 minutes. Yay!
Yay!
Third, I don't kill Randy. He, you know, to me, you know, and this is something I've always said about the Scream franchise is, Randy was, you know, Randy was your guiding light, so to speak, for Scream 1. You know, he had all the rules of the horror movies. He had, you know, like we said, he deduced that who the killers were in the first two movies. So to me, that should have got him to at least Scream 3. He shouldn't have been killed off in the second one.
Yeah, Randy was our dude, man. Randy represented all of us who likes movies and shit. Like, that was our guy until Kirby came around in part 4, and there were the other two guys in part 4, but they were a little annoying. Kirby was actually likable,
and they got killed. But hello, Night Fright.
Hey,
Night Fright saying, hello, horror community. All Scream movies are thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I agree.
I would not. I also would not have killed off Jerry O'Connell, just because, again, I liked that chemistry that he had on screen with Neve Campbell.
Yeah.
And again, I don't like Dewey. I just.
Why though? Why do you hate Dewey so much? He's supposed to be, you know, he's supposed to be a goof. Like, why do you hate him?
He is a goof. That's the problem.
Oh,
but you need that. Like, you need that in a movie like this.
I can't wait for Scream 3 because there's a scene in there about Dewey I would love to discuss with you, Mark. There's-
Well, we'll cover that next Saturday, Trenchy.
yes, we will. I'm excited for that one. That's you know what I'm talking about.
Did I miss something?
We were just talking about I opened the floor on to Ethel about how she would improve Scream 2.
And then we would there was a Mark was explaining that he doesn't like Dewey.
Yeah.
I would have executed Dewey.
Oh!
Scream Prejudice.
No Dewey love in this stream, guys. This is not. This is not.
This is not the We Love Dewey stream. If you're looking for that stream, it's on some other channel.
I love Dewey. But the thing is, it would break the tradition because every time Dewey comes on screen in Scream first time, I yell Dewey because that's what I do.
See, I think I could handle Dewey in number 2, 3, and beyond if, and only if, he got a tiny bit smarter each time.
Now Natalie loves Dewey. Like she's saying, she loves Dewey. So like there's some Dewey love going on, just not on the panel.
No, he's just for serious movies. He appears to be the comic relief, and I've got nothing against comic relief. I mean, hell, I'm comic relief. But just him getting a bit wiser, a bit stronger, not just last minute interceptor, but proactive in the following movies would have been great.
I would call him an uneducated cum catcher, but that'd be an insult to cum catchers.
What?
Justice for Dewey. Jesus.
At least he's not as bad as female Dewey in Scream 4 when they brought in the female version of Dewey. He's not as bad as that.
Hey, at least female Dewey had great tits.
She did.
Okay, here's another counter argument then. I could handle Dewey in the rest of the movies if Gale took a hit for him.
Yeah, this is where I'm gonna show Dewey some love. Dewey is Gale's punching bag. He takes every hit that she's ever gonna take in the Scream franchise. That is some serious devotion for your ass. Because after I get stabbed once, Gale's on her own. I get stabbed more than once. I'm on Jerry Springer going, fuck Gale Weathers.
I'm on Jerry Springer. Yeah. No.
Seriously, I survived three movies with this bitch, and I get injured again. I'm not on Jerry Springer. I'm beating that bitch to death myself.
But that's what I mean. If Gale had some injuries as well, it would justify Dewey's existence because it would mean there's something that she loves, something that she's fighting for, character development for her, and some kind of development for Dewey. But all he gets is, I'm punching back. Me stupid. Me punching back. Me stupid. Oh, no, I saved you because I got in the way of a dagger. I'm punching back. I'm stupid.
Like, yeah, that's literally all he gets. Even in part 4, he's a little better because they the way they develop him is they bring in another character who's dumber than him to kind of contrast him. So he doesn't. That's not how you boost your characters, guys. You make them smarter. You don't bring in someone that's dumber to make them look better. That's not what you do. I love Dewey, though. I do. The charm of Dewey is he's like the shining hope of the series. He's the innocence. And it's a miracle he's surviving these movies. Like, it's just fun to see how he will survive this movie, you know?
Join us next time and see how Dewey survives this dire situation.
Exactly.
But how are you doing, Art? Sorry.
Feel free to jump in at any time here.
We're just ranting, man.
Art, what's your thoughts on Dewey? Oh, go!
Oh my God.
Damn. Ghostface got Art.
Don't
No.
put him on the spot, man. Like, what the hell? Ghostface will get him.
It's all right, Art. Ooh.
Ah,
Oh. All we see is little icon. How are you doing, Art? Can you hear us? Deacon calling Art. Deacon calling Art. Come in, Art.
Earth, Art. Come in, Art.
Good drive.
Welcome to the stream of fun. Da, 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 da. Be glad
Yeah.
we don't have
What is
a
it?
gun. Oh, there you go. We can hear you.
Yeah, what is it?
We were asking what your thoughts were on Dewey from Scream 2.
Oh, I
Or
like him.
Scream in general.
I like Scream. Dewey's hot. Oh yeah, he's got that mustache. You know,
Mhm. He's got that Hitler mustache.
he's got the flavor saver.
There's some man. Finally.
Yeah.
the taint tickler, if you will.
Whenever he wants a taste, he just licks that upper lip, and he's got new stuff. Yep.
Oh, what, the lip curtain for the old cleaning?
But anyways, yeah, I like it. I like him. He's good.
See, Natalie, there is someone who likes Art, who likes Dewey. I'm looking at your name and I'm getting confused today.
What time is it there, Deacon?
Hmm?
What time is it where you are?
1:30
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, I'd be getting confused too.
You good, dude.
Yeah, I agree, Natalie. I didn't like Gail at first because she is a smart ass bitch. But when push comes to shove, Gail's the one that fucking comes through. And we lost Trinchy.
Look,
Damn it.
that's okay. Just not Gail in the third one with the fucked up bangs. I don't know what was going on with her hair in that one.
That's
Other than that, yeah.
I think she was trying to cover up her forehead because at that time she could have rented it out as advertising space.
hey, like some girls got a big forehead and like they can't help it, Deacon. Come on now.
Oh,
Got it.
I think she started off with a nice forehead, but receding hairline and all that.
Oh man, that's brutal. That's brutal.
It's what bangs are for, baby. Cover that
Does
boss.
anyone like the second one better than the first one?
I didn't like it better than the first one. I did like the fact that they went for a bigger body count in the sequel.
Yeah.
I like the fact that
Still the
for a
same.
moment with the second one, it felt like it was going to be more open plan instead of it just being on campus or in a select neighborhood. It was going to be over a city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With that opening, that's what you
Mm.
thought.
Oh yeah, and it turns
And
out it all takes
it
place
goes
on
right
the
back
campus.
to the whole little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, goes back to it's all taking place on this campus.
Yeah. That was one thing I would have changed about Scream 2 also is I would have made it more open world.
Well, they're going for that college crowd. You know, it's more identifiable if it's on a campus. You know,
Yeah.
for the young adults, I guess you would call them, demographics.
the exact same age people as in Scream 1. They just said, well, let's be realistic. These are college people. These aren't high school people.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
the second one in a college.
Most of them are university age.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Natalie. I'm not saying that everyone. I'm just making jokes. The only time you should ever take me seriously is if I look dead in the camera and I'm saying this is a fact.
The only time you need to take Deacon seriously is when he whips his dick out.
Yeah.
And seeing as he can't see below the belt, you never know.
Or if he's had a little bit too much of the sauce.
Oh, I quit drinking.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
Good.
That's very good.
Good decision.
We're on the
But yeah,
same
no,
thing there then.
always take him seriously when the little monster comes out. So yeah, no, that's right.
Trenchy, come back. We need you for our female demographic.
We shall summon Trenchy. Where are you? Where is that demonic trench coat?
You
Yeah,
gotta-
he's
you gotta
got
get
his
your-
fans.
You gotta get your board out, open the old demon box. Get Trenchy back in here. Hold the
Right.
seance.
If Trench ever went on a trip to the Virgin Islands, it would just be called the Islands after he left. Exactly.
To answer your question, Natalie, no, Mickey never really answers. Mickey never really answers that side of the conversation. It's pretty much just left that Billy's mom found Mickey, who had been a serial killer on the rise, and she decided that that's who she was gonna, quote unquote, steer in the right direction towards, Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they leave it kind of open, so you've got three choices on how it would have worked. You've either got Madness of Two, which is they met and they fed off each other's insanity and points of view to the point where they agreed that working together to accomplish their goals was the right thing to do.
Look, that, and he probably thought she was a MILF.
The second one is master servant relationship. This is where you have a dominant personality and a submissive personality, where the dominant can control the submissive up to a point.
And that's kind of if you really pay close attention to Scream 2, that's kind of the way they describe it is, Mrs. Loomis was pulling Mickey's strings the whole time.
Yeah.
Only they know what his safe word was. He would have been all set.
And you'd be absolutely surprised at how many serial relationships, not just killers, but robbers, stuff like that, that are people that met and they gel, but you have a dominant personality and a submissive. So one who is teaching and one who is training. And the one who is training can be, is disposable.
You see, Trench is off disposing of his submissive. That's what's going on.
No
He
wonder.
needs to find a new partner in crime to go kill and rub against mannequins with and whatnot.
No wonder he's been refurbishing his basement.
Exactly.
See, Trench, this is why you can't.
Look, I don't know what his cat's name is, but instead of the son of Sam, it's going to be the son of whatever his cat's name is. That's gonna be it right there. The cat made him do it.
You disappear from Scream, Trench, and they tell all your secrets, man. You can't do it.
That's gonna give a whole new meaning to "Here Comes the Pussy."
Oh my!
Especially with one of his cats. Oh my god. We won't go into it because it's not safe for some streams.
Yeah, we will attempt to keep this stream PG-13.
This
Look,
stream.
Billy and
maintains
Stu were. I like them a
situation.
lot better than the killers in the second one. that.
Yeah, that's the general consensus. Is that we all like Billy and Stu more than Mrs. Loomis and Mickey.
And Billy and
Billy
Stu
and
are
Stu just
great.
gold. They're
Yeah, and-
comedic
and-
gold.
And
Yeah,
Billy and
they
Stu
are.
are the best examples in a movie of madness of two, because those two feed off of each other. They drive each other. They are
Mhm.
semi-equals.
The shit that they say in that movie, the lines, classic lines. I'll be right back. You hit me with the phone, Dick.
And that one was real. That one was unplanned.
Look
phone,
got
Dick.
exclusive here.
My mom's gonna be so like, what is he? My mom or my parents are gonna be so upset at her.
Did you really,
whatever.
My parents are gonna be so mad at me.
Okay.
in the theaters, when he answers the phone, and he goes, did you really call the cops, Sydney? He's all, so you bitch your sweet ass I did, Stu. You know, my mom and dad are gonna be so pissed at me. Oh,
Exactly.
when he just fucking says it all whiny, just fucking, I was rolling.
2 seconds before that, he was like a badass killer.
Yeah.
And then he's like, my parents are gonna be so pissed at me.
Yeah. As soon as he realised that, he was going to be caught and he was going to get into trouble. He was kind of like,
Well,
fuck.
Yeah.
Because everyone can be calm if they think they're going to get away with it.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be prepared for that, you know.
The whole line where, I mean, when they're having a whole discussion about why Stu is following Billy, he's all peer pressure. It's a killer.
Yeah, it's kind of like we hang around with each other. We talk all the time. We've got all this stuff in common. And then one day he turned around and said, "Let's kill people." And I was kind of like, "Why?" And he was kind of like, "Because I want to." And he's kind of like, "That actually sounds like a good idea."
Isn't the second one of the movies that cemented the black people die first in a horror movie type thing?
Yeah,
I know they already died usually, but they died right off the fucking bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, there's that.
Puppy.
That ain't no puppy. A fucking wolf.
Doggo. Wolfin. The wolfin has come for you, Mark.
Oh, it's come to say, feed me, hug me, walk me. One of the three.
well, she's got food, she's got water, so she's wanting to be walked, and she can just go
No.
lay her butt down. You're not in trouble. Just go lay down.
It's all right, little puppers. We understand. My demon dog is exactly the same way.
Hey, at least your dogs have a reason. Chumpkins is just an agent of chaos.
Pets, who would have them? Us, apparently.
And now, anytime you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and it could be even a random question. It doesn't have to be about Scream. If you want to ask anything, feel free. If we can answer it, we will.
Yeah, you
And
should.
if you can't, Google it.
And like Natalie, what you were saying, like you should totally rewatch the next Scream movie, and you should try to get in on this panel because, like, you know, you're big on the franchise, right?
Yeah. You ladies are always more than welcome to join my streams.
Yeah, and I'm not live often, but if you ever see me live, I usually have spaces open, so feel free to pop along.
Yeah. Low
We tried-
pressure, go icon mode like I am. Just so you know, I'm icon mode because I'm frozen. See? Oh, hold on. See? Frozen. Frozen. Oh yeah.
Sean, I code me because if you saw the beauty, you would just go blind. That's the reason.
But yeah, we're all weird here.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Here.
You don't have to. You don't have to be mad to join us, but it does help. It's kind of like a coffee cup I used to have. I got it from a Terry Pratchett store. A little bit off subject, but you know the writing. You don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps. The coffee cup that I got had some of the words rubbed out intentionally, so it said, "Be mad, it helps." It's all gone quiet. Da-da.
I was just thinking maybe Ghostface Killer really did get Trenchy. Usually he's back by now.
I know. Maybe his internet's acting up as well.
Could be.
Really
So no,
happens.
Then again, Art could be right. Trenchy could have one of his virgins over.
true, but I didn't think he had time to build his altar for sacrifices yet.
And on that note, here he is. We have brought back the Trenchy.
The Trench
Aha.
Man.
My bad.
See, we-
I spilled soda on my tablet when I was talking to someone. I think I said something, and then all of a sudden I spilled soda on my tablet, and it kicked me, and I had to like dry it, and so it took me a little while to clean up.
It's all right, dude.
Yeah.
As long as your tablet's okay.
The right.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Come on, Rice, do your thing.
Rice, rinse that tablet.
It didn't get inside. I just had to pick it, like wipe it up and stuff.
Oh, that's good. Well, the only thing that you missed was us describing your altar for virgin sacrifices.
Well, that was Deacon. Deacon was doing that. I did not do
I know.
Right.
I know.
I don't sacrifice virgins yet. I don't think I do that.
I like the way you says yes.
I like how he says yet.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I mean never. I will never.
Trenchy doesn't sacrifice the virgins. He just has them line up and take a number. Everybody knows this.
No, you're back.
Oh, don't worry, Art. You just missed Trenchy turning around saying he doesn't sacrifice virgins yet.
He's got one of those ticket machines like at the deli. You know, you pull the ticket down, now serving 65.
Yeah, he's on a digital queue. It's like waiting for a mail order bride.
Wait, what?
Trust me, I know all about it. I'm on the wait list.
Trench,
Wait.
we're going to wrap you off to some wealthy older woman. It'll be great.
No. I met a guy that had a mail order bride though, but he was a racist, so I had to stop talking to him. But
Well,
I like how Trenchy just nonchalantly says, I knew a guy who had a mail order bride, but he was a racist, so I was talking about him.
well, he called my friend a word. It was on a stream, but I won't go into it. It was bad.
No, it's fair enough, dude. Yeah, we were just joking about waiting until you got back, dude. We're having a chill time. Da, 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 da.
I thought the Ghostface Killer got you, but I'm glad you escaped.
Yeah, Ghostface got you, Trenchy.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it back. Back in time to be here for a little bit. I gotta leave at 9, but I'm glad I made it back so I can talk some more because I was having fun talking about streaming shit.
You escaped the garage door kill, and we're glad for that because that's like dangerous.
What happens at 9? A hardware store closed or something?
No, I got
It's when
What?
Trenchy's shoes turn back into pumpkins.
You go pick up a saw or something?
Wait, did you just say what? What did you? I'm not gonna repeat because I think I misheard you, and I won't repeat what I heard because I think it will just make it worse. So
What do you think we said? Hmm?
I think it's a mishearing. So
man.
I'm not repeating it.
It's okay. Safe place. You can even type it in the private chat if you wanted.
But if you really want to know, I thought you said I was dropping the puppies off at Auschwitz, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I said at midnight your shoes turn back into pumpkins.
Oh, my bad.
Like,
You see what goes through Trench's head? This is a madman.
How? Dropping the
That's what
puppies
he-
off at Auschwitz? What?
like, like I don't even. I can't even. Oh dear God.
I'm now just getting images of the Allies storming every camp going, "Here, children, have a free puppy. Now come with us."
No, Hitler's final solution was to kill all the puppies in the world.
I thought that was Cruella de Vil's mission.
Well, she's related to him. Most people don't know that.
She's his distant cousin.
Yeah. True story.
Well, apart from that slight misunderstanding and comical segue, Mark, over to you.
Well, I caught it, and I was like, oh, I know he didn't say this. Like,
Oh, dropping the puppies of Auschwitz.
Trench, you have to change the little name on your picture icon to that right now.
I don't know how. I would know.
You know damn well how.
Oh God! Okay, that's my evil side tickled for a bit.
Okay, next stream, no matter what it is. Oh, wait. Never mind. That's up to stream. Okay. On one of my streams, I will name myself that, but I won't do that to poor Apple. But,
See, now I've got the conversation from yesterday's stream merging with this stream, and now I'm thinking of someone doing a stop motion movie where it's puppies instead of people at Auschwitz.
Oh dear God. I disappeared.
We know the guy who can do it.
Marty could make it happen.
not bad.
Some toy puppies.
It's not exactly your bad, dude. It's misunderstandings happen, and I have a twisted brain. It works.
I'd rather have a twisted T, but that's just me.
I would have typed it in the private chat, but I don't know how to spell Auschwitz.
Oh, it's all right. I would have understood what you meant.
We're trying
to
to be damn funny.
I got that right away.
Oh, don't worry. You're chatting to someone who's dyslexic, so I couldn't spell it either. But I know how to spell it how it sounds, so I'd read it how you spelt it, as it would sound.
Like
German's a hard language, guys.
SH.
Like, come on.
Oh yeah, I tried
Like
learning
the
German.
ITS.
It's not easy. It's worse.
You gotta-
It's nearly as bad as Japanese.
Japanese isn't that bad. They share a lot of common English words. They just use modifiers. But anyway, Scream 2. Scream 2.
Jerry O'Connell. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you enjoy Jerry O'Connell in this movie as much as I did?
I like when he was strapped to the thing, you know? That was fun.
Is it in this one? I can't remember exactly. Is it in this one that one of them gets killed or nearly killed in the recording studio?
That's Dewey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. He almost gets it in the recording studio.
See, can you imagine if he accidentally pressed go live while that was happening? It would have ended the movie very quickly because people would have known someone's attacking Dewey. There's a killer on the loose.
Yeah, either that or it would have made his social media go through the roof.
Urban Legend did that with the chick, the radio chick. She recorded her own death, but no one believed that was happening.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because they thought she was.
Oh,
After you, Ethel. No. After you, Ethel.
that happened in Ford Fairlane too. Gilbert Gottfried recorded his own death live on the radio.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few examples out there. I wonder if there's any. I do know there's some real world examples where people have accidentally recorded their own death, and it's weird.
Oh, and
it doesn't take much to get us off the topic of Scream 2.
and
Running with it.
Rock and Ricky seem to have died on air too. Right?
I thought he made it to the morning.
Say what?
I thought Rock and Ricky made it to the boarding in Gremlin, or did he not?
I don't remember him. It's like, you are Rocky Rickin' band, Ricky Rockin' band. Yeah. Oh no!
You hear it towards the end when the credits start coming up. Well, before the credits start coming up, there's a radio in the background going, "This is Rocket Ricky. I can't believe we survived that."
Oh, okay. I don't remember that part, but
I thought he was driving home, and then he's like, "Well, we made it through the night, guys. Rock and Ricky did not stop recording."
Oh, okay. That's my bad. I thought
See, I think the reason but I think the reason we keep on going off topic with Scream 2 is it's a good movie. It's got some decent kills and it's got some decent character development. But fundamentally, there's only 4 things that really stand out about it. Some of the kills can be very dramatic. You've got a few red herrings thrown in. Some of them are so big, they whack you across the face. We're looking at you, Cotton. You get the impression that it's supposed to be anyone can be a victim, but then they limit their victim pool quite a bit by keeping it on campus.
Yeah. And then you've got friggin' Jerry O'Connell all tied up and ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
you got fucking Dewey Flavor Saver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing that seems to be detrimental for it is, unfortunately for a sequel where you think it's all going to be ramped up a bit, most of the main cast, kind of like Sydney and stuff like that, don't get that much damage. They should have suffered a bit more wounds.
I mean, at least killed the sorority girls that kept showing up throughout the movie. Like, there was these 2 sorority girls, and they were focused on in the movie, but they had nothing. I'm like, at least kill them. Like, that you had 2 kills right there, but you didn't do it.
I think what
Yeah.
Deacon is getting at is that in the grand scheme of things, killing the sorority girls wouldn't have meant that much because it would have just been two characters that we don't care about.
Yeah, but it still.
Whereas if you do some serious damage to Gale or Sydney,
Oh yeah.
that draws you into the movie where you're like, wow, anything can happen in this movie.
Well, what's his name died?
Ray O'Connell died, yeah, but
Not the other guy. You know, the one that talks about movies and shit.
Yeah, Randy did get murdered in the van. That hit.
That's
Yeah.
like he's one of the main talking about the rules and shit. And then they
Yeah,
even do the
Randy.
weird thing where he makes a videotape, or he did before he died, supposedly, kind of to tell them further shit. Like that's just weak sauce. But whatever. I can deal with it.
Totally.
Yeah. Then again, like if that wasn't Randy getting killed in the van, that's kind of not memorable as well. Like if you're judging the death on their own, they're only memorable because of the characters who are being killed, like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Randy. Like the one with the cop through the window, that's memorable on its own, but it's like I don't know. The deaths were kind of weak for me. They only seem to stand out because of who is getting killed and not.
I don't know. The knife through the fucking bathroom stall into the dude's face was kind of.
into the guy's ear. Yeah, that was great.
That went straight through the bathroom fucking stall into his fucking cheek, like right, bam.
And if they did more of something like that throughout the movie,
and the one girl basically gets stabbed to death and dies in front of like an entire theater of people, and no one even really realizes it.
Yeah, that was a bad opening, but then they kind of dropped it as the movie go along. The kills kind of went down, like except for the cop car sequence. That was
that was intense.
Yeah, so they seem to have the great big bang at the beginning, and then the rest of it it's a thriller with a bit of murder thrown in.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Scream started off as a slasher. Because, again, they set it up perfectly. But as the movie progressed, it just kind of went more towards a psychological thriller where the killer was more intent on tormenting Sydney than actually trying to kill her.
Yeah, I think what really makes the movie stand out for me is the arc of Sydney, going for PTSD and becoming strong and facing the killer at the end. And then you have, I love the characters in the movie. I love Cotton. I like the cameraman. I like Mickey. Like, they're all fun characters. Plus that ending where she uses the stage to fight Mrs. Loomis, like she's dropping like the rocks and shit. That was dope.
Yeah. I did like how it showed she had got smarter. Like at the beginning, someone tried to prank call her, but she had got like caller ID to be able to shut that kind of shit down.
Yeah.
And was just like, nope, I know exactly who you are. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, darn.
It's cool to note that since the beginning of the first movie, caller ID popularity has gone up like 3 times.
Sure it has.
I wonder why.
People get tired of fucking star 69, and people don't want to have to do that shit. They just want to be able to see who it is that's calling.
Yeah,
if it's a killer, if it's your best friend, or if it's a telemarketer. Secret, it's usually a telemarketer.
I'm a telemarketer up against Ghostface any day, and my money will be on a telemarketer.
Look, I would have a conversation with Billy and Stu. I have a feeling like that could be fun to have a conversation with them over the phone. You know,
that would be funny.
Like at a distance, like not where they can hurt me, but over the phone and just fucking around.
Yeah.
I think having a phone call with Stu and Billy, by the time the call was over, you wouldn't be able to breathe.
No, you hung up the phone on me, you dick.
See, those two I would put down as gassing people to make them chuckle, and then call them up and prank call them so they laugh themselves to death.
Yeah,
They were having too much fun in that first one. They were having a good time.
they were. Which is how you knew that those two were the killers.
Yeah.
I mean, just right in that scene right after Drew Barrymore is killed, and they're talking about, Sidney goes, well, how do you kill somebody like that? And he goes, and Stu goes, well, it's called tact. You slit them from the sternum to their privates and pull their guts out. What fucking rationale human being fucking just says, yeah, that's how you do it.
Did they find her liver in the mailbox? Because I heard they found her liver in the mailbox.
See, Mark, this is why I have to sit there and go, me?
Yeah, that's like something Deacon would say on one of these streams.
That's some, yeah.
It's like a Deaconism.
Yeah, that's me down to a T. But that's because I'm quite willing to talk about it, but enacting it, completely different story.
It's like
Exactly.
you'd be like, who would gut a person like a deer? And then you got Deacon over here. Well, actually, he would grab him and he'd cut him from stern to sternum. And okay, all right.
Yeah, but the difference is, Deacon will sit up here and tell us how he'd do it, but let's actually
Deacon will describe taking the fucking puppies to Auschwitz to you
yeah,
in great
let's
detail.
push Deacon. I don't see Deacon actually gutting someone.
Yeah, no, Deacon would talk about it, but he's a pussycat. He would never do it. Come on.
Yeah, the only thing I have ever done it to was when I was working in a butchery.
Yeah. Well, don't say that, man. Now you're like,
Yeah, what the? Yeah. Now, here we go. Here we go. The fucking Sawyer family. It's a whole family of vampires.
Natalie's all, I'm totally having a scream marathon after this.
1, 2, 3, and 4. But yeah, guys, I gotta go. But this was fun. You guys have a nice week, Frosty.
Nah, no problem, dude. It's lovely seeing you.
Yeah,
Night, night, my sweet coat.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. For sure.
Yeah.
What's tomorrow?
Easy on the virgins, all right?
Sci-fi Sunday. Da, 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 da.
Sci-fi comedy tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, kind of like,
This was fun.
yeah, it's always good when we all get together.
No, Nelly, no, you can't leave Trenchy.
I gotta go. I gotta drop the puppies off at Auschwitz. You guys have a nice night. Say bye.
What? Is this going to be like a new term for like dropping the kids off at the pool? Like if you got to take a shit, I got to drop the puppies off at Auschwitz.
Oh man.
Translation. Nelly doesn't want to get left alone with the crazed out slasher fans.
Oh god, we will not go into how that would work.
I'm kind of afraid to ask.
Well,
I'm going to warn you and say, don't.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
Let's just leave it. We'll leave it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're that's gonna stay on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
If I turn around and say you don't want to know, you don't want to know.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned is if Deacon says I don't want to know, I take him at his word.
Oh, no, don't worry, Natalie. You didn't make him leave. He's just got prior engagements. But you shall see him tomorrow if you join Ethel for her Sci-Fi Sunday.
Yeah, we're talking about science fiction comedies, guys. Like friggin' Coneheads, Spaceballs, like Inner Space, friggin' sci-fi comedies, guys.
You gotta
Be
throw
fun.
Mars Attacks up there.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
And Galaxy Quest.
I don't
Yeah.
have a Twitter. I don't have my Twitter anymore, so I don't know when all this shit's happening.
Yeah, that
I'm
happened.
I'm never.
What happened?
I deleted it. Fuck Twitter.
Like, dude, like I was concerned. Like, I'm glad you're still around. I was like, oh no, Art's gone. They
No,
got him.
there's too many things. There's fucking YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Twatter, Fuckbook, all kinds of things going on.
What is your YouTube channel, Art?
I don't know.
I
Mark, do one of y'all know?
No, I don't. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I have it in my thing, but like I like it's in my you show up in my timeline, Art, when you post stuff. So like, you know, post some stuff is what I'm saying.
All right.
But fair enough. Some people get sick of Twitter. I've seen it happen. A lot of good people disappear. They just
Oh.
they go out. It's all good.
Are you? Check. You're still on Discord, aren't you?
So I've got it. I haven't been on it in a while, but I've still got it, I think.
Okay. Well, whenever things are happening, I can send you the schedule via Discord. Private message you.
Make sure you do.
Yeah, I'll do that. It'll be it'll be easier for you because I can inform you.
Yeah.
And that way
And
you don't
like-
have to have.
Oh shit! Keep going.
No. After you, all I was going to say was that way you don't have to have. That way you don't have to have Twitter.
And like, Art, all you gotta know, man, like as far as I'm concerned, dude, is the rest of the month. Every Sunday in May is Sci-Fi Sunday, and you're welcome. And every other Friday is watch along. And obviously, dude, you're welcome. Like hop on in there, man. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know.
So
I
I'll
just
give
never
you.
know until the last minute, so I don't know if they're already filled up yet. Do y'all have someone planned coming in later? I don't
Oh,
want to
no,
come in and mess a
what-
spot up or something.
What I'll do is I'll keep an eye on what's happening in the Twitter group, and I'll send you a message an hour before people go live and tell you what the score is. So if you want to join, you can. If you just want to watch, you
That's
can.
good. That's good.
You're
Yeah.
you're always welcome, Art. I tend to assume that you're one of the folks that's going to show up to it. So like, you've always got a chair. You got your name right on it.
I try to show up to most
So, like-
things.
Oh yeah.
It gets hard with 3 children.
Pardon me.
No, totally.
It's not.
No worries, Art. We know you have kids, so we're not gonna sit there and say, oh well, Art doesn't like us no more.
Yeah, no. Like family comes first, but like you're always welcome to. Like as always.
Yeah, we are a commitment-free group. If you can make it, fine. If you can't, we're not going to hold it against you. Just you're always welcome.
Sounds like AA.
Welcome to AA. Well, we do all have
Look,
anonymous
listen.
names.
Look, fake it till you make it.
Well, not me. My name isn't anonymous, but
Oh,
but,
true.
Yeah, my name isn't anonymous, and I drink way too many beers to be in AA. Like they would kick my ass out.
Rehabs
No,
for
I didn't
quitters.
go to AA. I just read the book. that was enough for me.
I wonder if Gail had to go into AA after everything that happened in Scream 2.
Good
Was she an
question.
alcoholic?
I wouldn't say she was an alcoholic, but you can tell she's not the type of person that would talk about her problems. And if she couldn't work her problems out, she'd probably drink them to death.
That's one way of dealing with stuff.
I don't know. If anyone, I think it would be Sydney that'd be the one drinking, but like drinking secretly. She wouldn't like let everyone know she was drinking.
Yeah, if I was Gail and I was in that situation, I'd have a microphone, but I'd have a flask built into it, so every once in a while it looks like I'm talking into it or doing a sound test, and I'm actually taking a sip.
Gail's more of, she looks like she would have the, pocketbook full of pills. Valley of the Dolls kind of stuff.
She have the pill pocketbook, or she carry around the
She can't be like swigging liquor and like smelling like booze like on this fucking news set. She'd be more sneaky than that. I don't know what the fuck this has to do with Scream, anyone out there, but I don't. Yeah, we just start going off into stuff.
I don't think Gail would ever, drink public, on air, because again, that would get her fired instantly.
Exactly.
But I could see, like, if Gail's just pulling up to, a crime scene and she's still in the band, she might take a sip out of a flask.
Yeah.
I'm sure when she gets home, she definitely has a glass.
Yeah.
She either has a martini or she has some Chardonnay or some vodka or something.
Knock back a few wine coolers, maybe some Franzia. It happens.
No, she's more badass than that.
She has a paddling.
She would be drinking more than a wine cooler.
She's drinking a paddling pool filled with cheap wine.
I would say that being it is Gail, I see her as a connoisseur of fine wines.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, nothing's more badass than a box of Franzia. Come on, you can take that right out, and it's like a giant Capri Sun. You just squeeze that in. Like, you got it.
Well, Natalie, my name is Slim Shady, so I got you. Hi, my name is what? My name is who?
Chicka. Mark.
Yeah, but you think Sydney would have ended up drinking at some point?
You would think so,
Well,
but
because let me put it like this: in Halloween, the one fucking night of terror, Laurie Strode supposedly becomes an alcoholic, hardcore. All the shit Sydney goes through, and she never cracks up like that.
Yeah, it's kind of the big complaint I brought up in the discussion so far. It's Sydney and Gail, when it comes to them throughout the movies, don't have enough happen to them. Yeah, Sydney gets a bit of post-traumatic stress disorder. That is fair. That's fine.
It doesn't show enough.
Yeah.
Like,
I think by the fourth one, she would probably be an addict of some kind. Shit's just happened too many times. It's just like, oh no, I can't handle this anymore.
That all the liver pickling would happen off screen.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if there's little hints, kind of like an empty wine bottle
but
here and
there
there.
wasn't. She was always
Poised.
like strong and clean and shit.
Oh. Goodness.
Oh, Mark's trying to start a competition.
no, that's just a sip of Mountain Dew.
Let's not turn this into a burp off, guys. Come on.
Oh, I promise.
Let's keep it classy, like Freddie Glassy. Come on.
Oh, don't worry, I promise. When it comes to Mark's channel, I might say some stuff, but I try not to go to weird places. Or too weird places.
Like we could get any better than dropping puppies off at Auschwitz.
Yeah, and that
Discussing what kind of alcohol Gail would be addicted to.
yeah,
Like what
light-hearted
all
stuff.
kinds of shit have we gone through?
Light-hearted stuff, and I do find it's funny and absolutely adorable that I'm not the one that came up with puppy at Auschwitz.
Oh dear God!
I feel
That's
so
the
proud that
bizarre
wasn't me.
thing.
The madness, because that would get you in trouble. Because everyone loves puppies. You can't. The internet will get mad at you if you do anything wrong with puppies.
Yeah, you'll get canceled, dude. You got to be
And he's
careful.
putting them off at Auschwitz. And I'm imagining that they're just like in a little sack or like a cardboard box, and then
But,
he just like throws them to him, and it's just like, oh,
But yeah, go ahead, Ethel.
I was just saying, he's like, "Peace out. Here's your puppies."
See, I could understand it if it was modern day Auschwitz, and that's because that's primarily an open field which has some fencing, so the puppies could actually live happy lives.
but we know what Auschwitz he meant.
Yeah,
We all know what he meant.
yeah.
But the one thing that has, like we were discussing, the one thing that is truly shocking throughout all 4 Scream movies is nobody except for Dewey really takes any fucking damage.
Except for the people that get completely
Yeah,
killed.
except for the designated, dumbasses who are supposed to be killed off.
But that's how it is in most of the movies. The main girl, she might get like a stick in the arm or something, or sliced on the leg or some shit.
Get a
They
scratch.
they might trip and hurt their fucking ankle, and then they're like limping around.
Yeah.
Most of them never really get like seriously hurt and are almost dead, but then still live. That really never happens.
I mean, for the most part, you're right. I mean, Friday the 13th set the precedent for Final Girls surviving without much damage.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that if they were going to subvert the movie tropes, they should have avoided making them basically impervious.
Yeah.
It's just one of those tropes. Just one thing I wish that they added in. Kind of like the trope is the final girl always gets away scot-free.
I like
much
how in
damage.
number 4, like in the 4th one, they were like, the things have changed so much. It's like pretty much the only way you can survive is to be like gay or virgin.
Or a gay virgin.
Or yeah, something like that.
Or
Or exactly how they said it. But that's how it was. It was like the only way to survive is basically to be like, yeah. That not true, but obviously, it was funny.
No, it's not true. There's a hyperbole comment that I read. Basically, it means it's something that's not true, but it's something that sounds true. The only way that you survive in this world is if you are a coloured gay person. It's like, it's not true, but because of political correctness, it makes you think it's true. Especially if you just read inside that box.
Yeah. But again, like Deacon was saying, I know Final Girls aren't supposed to get much damage, but come on, give me something that makes me root for said character. I get it, after Scream 1 and 2, Sydney's a complete badass. Okay, we've got that established. You can't get away from that trope. You've already, set that record in stone. But Gail, you could do a lot with, because you don't really see Gail as a badass in the first couple of movies. She's more of an enigma. You know, she's there, but you're not sure.
I thought she was a bitch in the first one.
Yeah, she was. She was a complete bitch in the first one.
And,
I mean, I
and in
didn't
the
like
second-
her, but that's basically what they were trying to.
Yeah. In the first one, she was a bitch. In the second one, she was
Yeah, I
still
mean,
a bitch.
she was a
but
bitch
she was
because she's a
more
good actress,
manipulative.
is what I mean. I mean, I liked her, but the character was a bitch.
Yeah.
She was playing
Oh.
a bitch.
Oh yeah, there's a difference between the actor and the character. But in the first one, she was bitch, and in the second one, she was a manipulative bitch.
Right.
Or a Mitch.
Never heard that.
That's just something I made up. Mitch.
Oh, I'm going to be using it from now on. Trust me. And no
You're
one's going to know what I'm talking about.
You
What's up,
manipulative. You manipulative bitch. You Mitch.
No. I'm just going to be saying, you're a Mitch. Yo, Mitch.
You're a
This
Mitch.
place is full of Mitches. I'm out.
Mitches keep bitches.
Bros before Mitches, baby.
But yeah, you just, to me, again, and this is just my way of thinking. With the fact that they are doing Scream 5, one of those three has, yeah,
It's already confirmed and everything. Scream 5 is coming.
yeah,
Scream
one of those
5
three has got to die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it has to by now.
You cannot have Sydney, Dewey, and Gail all survive a fifth movie.
That's what I'm saying. The last time someone important died, it was like Randy in the second one.
Yeah, Randy. Nobody.
That
is
is, someone else has to go now. Someone has to. Bye bye.
Yeah, no, that or they gotta set it in space, dude. It's gotta be like Leprechaun in space or Jason X.
Jason X.
Or they've got to put a twist on it, and one of those three is the killer.
See, now, what I thought would make a great plot twist would be to bring Kirby back and have her be the killer, because she's not. Kirby only gets stabbed once in Scream 4.
Look, I see Gail and Dewey as the killers. Okay, and this is it. She needs to up her career, so they need some drama and shit. And obviously, Dewey's going to help her because that's his woman. So there's your partner killers right there. And we find out at the end.
That that would be a good plot twist.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
Because then Dewey also ends on he's not as dumb as he was, you think, the whole time. I mean, you know, when they need to be killing and sneaky and shit, they can.
Oh my god, can you imagine they went for the whole cheesy thing and said it was Dewey all along? He orchestrated everything.
What, like from the very beginning, from the first movie?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. No, like a desperate, like, oh, my career's fucking fading, baby. We need to, like, you're going to have to kill some people for me so I can, like, report on it and write a book.
Oh. Yeah,
I see something
really,
like that happening.
I really hope they don't do the Kaiser Soze ending.
Oh God.
They gotta
Dewey's going to be limping away.
they gotta do the Scooby Doo ending. It was Old Man Withers from the abandoned amusement park.
They can just do like Wayne's World, and they can do like 3 quick endings. Now let's do the Hollywood ending. Let's do the Scooby Doo ending. And like we just get like 3 endings real quick, and then the movie ends, and then everyone in the audience is like, "What the fuck just happened?" It went for one of the endings. Dewey did it all from the very first movie.
They do the Thelma Louise ending, and it's just Dewey and Sydney holding hands and driving the car over the cliff.
They do the fucking Trench is a sex lord ending.
But he is a sex lord.
Exactly. That's why they do the ending.
Yeah, the only problem with that is they did it in Nightmare on Elm Street, and it didn't work then either.
Yeah.
So I don't see them repeating that disaster.
Did you really think it was going to be Dewey all along? As if.
Because the logic,
Do another
cause the logic would kind of work if you sit there and go, Dewey was there and he helped manipulate the evidence to send Mr. Cotton to prison.
Well, if you think about it, in Screen 3, Dewey does go, well, how do you know that this wasn't my clever ruse to lure the killer out? So, Louis does make comments where you could kind of see that he was like, maybe not as dumb as he was letting on, but
Listen, he got with Courtney Cox. He is not as dumb as he is letting on. He got with Gail, so obviously the dude has something going on up there, more than what we can see.
Or he's got something down there that Gail really appreciates.
Or she has like a dumb doofy complex or something.
And she's got a doofy fetish?
Yeah, some just like some doofus.
She always wanted to marry Goofy, and Dewey was the next best thing.
She wanted Goofy, but got doofy.
Got the flavor saver. No, I'm serious. If you drink a glass after him, it'll taste like Gail. I swear.
See, no, bad image.
Gee.
Milking Gail.
I can picture a little mustache beard stuck on the rim of my glass now. And it's like, did Dewey drink out of my glass, y'all? Did he drink out of my glass when I was out of the room? Fuck. It's got Gail all over this shit.
See, Art's staying in a very good place.
Well, I mean, you know.
Have we killed the Ethel?
No, I'm here. I had to step away for a second. What did I miss?
Nothing.
The hint of Gail on Dewey's mustache.
Oh God!
Yeah. Don't blame me.
If you ever leave the room, okay, and you go back and your beer has a little mustache hair on the rim of it, don't drink it, okay? All you're gonna taste is Gail.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God!
Because if Dewey drank out of that beer, I suggest you get a fresh one.
See, everyone who watches this in the future, please comment that it was not me that started this. I'm innocent for once.
Dewey and his cookie duster, parentheses.
Everyone wants a little Mountain Dewey. Come on.
Everybody
Just
wants
don't-
some Mountain Dewey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah. Some fact.
Nelly, I was wondering what I missed because I was talking to Brittany, so I wasn't in my room. But right now, I'm looking up trivia facts to stream too.
And then she goes, "Deacon is not innocent."
Never.
We have
It's,
all lost our minds.
Yeah, but we did that a long time ago. This is why we do YouTube.
Oh yeah.
We are all going to hell.
We do
We're all,
YouTube because movies and television will not have us.
We're all going to hell in a handbasket, a handbasket, a handbasket. We're all going to hell in a handbasket, and I'll see you there soon.
Yeehaw!
It's the only part of one of Voltaire's songs I've remembered.
I feel like we're missing something about Scream 2, but I can't put my finger on it.
We've covered the intro where it's in the cinema. We've covered how that tried to set the tone for the movie, but the movie ended up fizzling a little bit afterwards. The kills, the characters, what we thought of Cotton being the red herring, what we would have liked to see done, what we would like to see changed.
Was he the only red herring in this one?
Not the only red herring, but the main red herring, the one that basically the movie hit the audience across the face with.
Right.
What else is there?
I've seen 3 and 4 more recently than I've seen 2. Also, I've seen
Really?
1 more recently than 2. I haven't seen 2 in a while.
Like Art, you got to be on the next one, dude. Like, have you seen 3 more recently? Like, dude.
Come on, those fucking bangs. I can't get it out of my head. I don't know what they were doing, what they thought. Like, this looks good. Was that just some kind of 90s hairstyle, I guess? I don't know.
Done. Ooh,
She's
the
got
only.
brains.
Ooh,
She
the,
knows how to use them.
I know what Art's missing. I know why he's going. We did all of our who's our favourite character, who's our best kill, what's our best moment things at the beginning. Art wasn't here for that. So do you want to do yours now, Art?
Well,
Favourite character, favourite kill, favourite moment.
Damn.
I know.
I can't remember. Favorite kill? This is the one where Sarah Michelle Gellar gets thrown off the roof in this one.
Off the balcony, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like when the dude gets stabbed through the fucking in the face in the stall. That's brutal
Oh yeah, that's my
though.
favourite.
One of those two.
That was Deacon's favorite as well.
I like Jerry O'Connell, but I like the killer too. I like the dude that plays the killer.
Timothy Oliphant. He did Mickey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your favourite kill is probably the bathroom stall. Your favourite character is
Mickey.
brain fart. Mickey.
The killer. Yeah.
Favourite scene. What scene for you
Favorite
said
scene.
this is awesome?
I actually like the scene where it's not even killing going on at all, when they're just talking about the sequels in the classroom and they're like quoting shit. Like talking about Terminator and shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that scene.
I really like that scene. Or when he's singing to her and they're like dancing on the fucking tables and shit.
Yeah, he sings "You Lost That Love and Feeling."
Yeah. That one. Not killing scenes, but fun scenes.
Yeah,
No, that's fair enough.
in a somewhat slasher movie, that was kind of, cheesy slapstick fun in a slasher setting.
Yeah, anytime there's like a sing-along, like where there's like an entire cafeteria worth of people like burst into like a, or there they start clapping to one person singing, like. In real life, it would be like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, and the bizarre thing is, it didn't actually make the movie jump anything. It doesn't subtract, but it doesn't add anything to the movie either. It's just a part of it that you can just pleasantly go through.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene where Derek is singing to sing always has me feeling so embarrassed that I start hiding my face in the
I
blanket.
can't look at it either. I hide, like.
Are you saying it touches you in the feels, Natalie?
Hardcore feels.
It makes you feel
It's
like
fun.
a Care Bear. It makes you feel warm inside.
But it's
Hey,
so cheesy.
like-
It's also
Like
embarrassing.
if you can sing to a woman publicly like that, dude, like you're in. Come on, you're in.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not everyone likes karaoke.
Oh well,
Not everyone likes attention, and if you direct a whole fucking room full of attention to them, they're gonna be like, "What did you just do that for? You just embarrassed me in front of everybody." I hate that song. You failed. It failed. You're a failure.
You
I don't like you.
that love and
Yeah.
feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling.
Oh, Natalie, the question was the scene that you're talking about, does it get you in the feels, the heart? Does it make you feel emotional?
The singing scene?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
talking
She was asking for clarification on what the question was because I don't think she heard it properly. So I was just giving clarification. Clarification.
I mean, it's a good sing. It's no, it's no, this in the singing in Deer Hunter where they're in the bar singing. It's not that level. It's not that good. But
And it's not like the
good.
banjo scene in Deliverance.
Yeah.
Oh dear
Where's the
God.
boy?
Dang, 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 dang.
Ding, 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 ding.
Dang, 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 dang. Dang, 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 dang.
That's actually a pretty sweet song. Like not gonna lie, it's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
the dueling banjos. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'd like to see that, but dueling harmonicas or something.
My family on my mother's side in Georgia, they live, in that near that area, with the river, like where the shit was.
Oh shit.
Welcome to the river.
And not everyone rapes people in the woods. I can go ahead and that doesn't occur.
No, only occurs a 1 out of 1,000, 1 in every 1,000 times. It's very rare.
I don't know. I mean, are Deacon and Trench coming on a hunting trip? Maybe. I don't know.
Not together.
Jesus, if I ran up on the two of y'all out in the woods, I'd shit myself. Be like,
And,
fuck. What did I just walk up onto?
And
die.
Natalie says, no, it doesn't make her feel much. It just makes her feel slightly embarrassed and her face turns red.
I can see that because I always picture me as myself in the role parts in the movies, and I would just be embarrassed getting up and singing like that. So it embarrasses me to watch it, kind of.
Yeah,
I'll be
but
the
I
like,
see what you're saying. It's just like, oh my
that's the thing
god.
about it, though. Like he's willing
Yeah.
to embarrass himself.
Well, he's not
See-
going to embarrass himself. He's Jerry fucking O'Connell.
See,
Well,
I'd be the guy at the back of the classroom giving him critiques.
Hey, look,
You'd be the
it's-
guy in the back saying, look, technically, the correct movement for the dance and the thrust and the way to inflect your voice tone for this.
Hey, look, it's Jerry O'Connell, guys. He can fly himself around with aerosol cans. He can friggin' slide to 1,000 different worlds. It's Jerry O'Connell.
Look,
Like,
he can
come
go
on.
find dead kids by railroad tracks.
Yeah,
He can.
fucking
all
Jerry
kinds of stuff.
O'Connell. Come on, man. Gotta cut him some slack.
Oh, I would, especially if he was dangling off a cliff.
or strapped to like a cross, like star, whatever the fuck that was. I can't remember. It's been so long.
It was.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah,
it was like
it's like
a
a
sexy
mythical cross.
Christ.
I am sexy Christ. Worship me.
Sexy Christ carries the day, guys.
See, we now
call
have
it Jesus Christ Superstar for nothing.
see, we've got Buddy Christ, we got Jesus Christ, now we got Sexy Christ.
The role of Sexy Crust will now be played by Justin Timberlake.
Ah, no, we can do better than that.
But he had the whole song and everything. So, nah. Kidding.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Scream 2, to try and bring it back a little bit, I think we've covered most of
At
it.
this point, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything we can as much as we can cover Scream. I mean, we talked about all the characters, all the kills, lack of story, how we would improve it. I think we've pretty much talked about everything we can think of to talk about on Scream 2.
Yeah, the only thing that we could probably add is how would we do it if we were the killers? But that's probably a different conversation.
Yeah, that's really
Hold
only
on, I'm
relevant.
The woman, woman killer. That was
It's Loomis.
it was Billy's mother.
Yeah.
But what was he mad at? Because wasn't he mad that like he lost his mother? That like she wasn't around anymore for him?
Yeah.
But if she loved him enough to go on a fucking killing spree, why was that a thing then? Why wouldn't she?
That's one of those things that's never explained in Scream 2.
It seems like if she was willing to do that, she would have been in Billy's life in the first one already. She would have,
from what I gathered, and again, it's never really explained.
But people go crazy when children die, though. So
Yeah, but I'm going to answer your question here, Art. In Scream 2, it's never really explained, but after Billy's dad and mom get a divorce because of Sydney's mom, it's kind of stipulated or not insinuated that Billy's mom goes off the deep end.
Oh, so all right. So it's like she wasn't allowed to see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's never really, like I said, it's never really fully explained.
Well, it makes sense though, because that's where he got that craziness from. If his mother was already off balance.
Yeah. But there's a little dialogue in Scream 2 right there near the end where, Sydney and Billy's mom are having a back and forth, and she was like, she basically tells Sydney that she was a good mother and she deserved to be a part of Billy's life. And you really see just how the depths of her madness really is. So even though it's not really explained, it's it's hinted at.
Yeah, and there's real life precedents for an elder parent or an elder guardian actually training their child to help fulfill their twisted desires.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, but next to Billy and Stu, I think her and the Timothy Oliphant guy were the next best killers in the series. The third one, with the one dude,
Roman.
Yeah, you already know what I would say about that. But
yeah.
And then the one girl, the Miller's girl, like, come on, no.
Yeah, I know it's going to sound weird, but when it comes to the movies, they need to keep to 2 or more killers. It's the only way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still maintain.
Is that really a thing about like the one would come back in the one?
Oh.
The TV fell on his head, but he's still alive. It sounds ridiculous.
The rumor is that they're trying to get Matthew Lillard on board for Scream 5.
But he would be so. If he wasn't dead, he would be invalid. He would have like brain damage. He would be in a like hover around wheelchair that he has to blow into a straw to. Not even one that he can use his finger. Like he has to blow into a straw to get it to move.
It depends on how the TV impacted his head.
Very fucking hard. It was one of the big ass TVs.
Yeah,
With no flat screen.
Those TVs are heavy, dude. It's not like nowadays where it's like the friggin' HD around.
And besides just the impact, there's also that electric blast that kind of.
Yeah, he would have. His brains would to say his brains would have been short circuited would be an understatement. Because the size of the TV was at least at least a 40-inch TV.
Yeah, it wasn't a bedroom TV.
No, it was
like a teenager.
huge.
It was like the living room TV, like a big fucking 90s. Yeah,
The
like
equivalent.
RCA fucking
The
monster.
The equivalent of 3.5 kilos being dropped onto your head. Yeah,
Something
that's
like
going to
that.
cause damage.
I don't know. Like,
And also, he was fucking stabbed. Though
Yeah,
before
he was-
that,
But
he
by the
got
time,
stabbed deep.
Yeah, by the
Did you
time-
want to say something?
by the time Sidney drops that television on his head, he's already seriously delirious from blood loss.
Oh, he was gonna be dead very soon. Anyways.
Ethel, did you want to say something?
I was trying to say that TVs are heavy. Like, kilos are not. Like, dude, that's glass and lead with an electrical current. And if that's like a 40-inch, 32-inch, 25-inch even, dude, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah,
You
I don't
can
look.
see that it doesn't just land and it's on his head. Like, it's so hollow and big. Not hollow
Yeah.
inside, but it's got shit
Yeah,
inside. But
I
his head
I
was
didn't-
inside the TV.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
what
want to
it felt
search up accidents, but I wanted to search up weight and stuff like that. And yeah,
Oh, it
that's
used to
enough
happen
force
all
to
the
crush
time.
his skull.
It,
So
it would
yeah,
kill kids all
he
the
wouldn't have
time.
survived.
They had a thing
Absolutely.
about like if you put them on dressers, the kids would climb up on the dresser drawers, and it would
Right.
make the fucking TV and thing fall over.
Take it from someone who's moved like 4 times and owns 2 friggin' CRT TVs that are both like 30 inches in diameter. Like, dude, it's heavy. Like, you lift that and you're risking like a hernia and shit. Like, it's heavy.
That's what I
dude.
said after my night with Trench.
See, talking of CRTs and Trench, I don't know why, but it makes me think of the CRT Bandit.
Oh my god!
The CRT Bandit is someone in Wisconsin who walks up to random houses and leaves vintage CRT TVs on their doorstep.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah,
What
they
makes him a bandit? Like, is he robbing their house when he does this, or is he just like dropping off TVs? Like, how
Because
does he get?
if he's just dropping off TVs, I'd call him like the TV fairy.
Yeah,
It's-
Like,
it's where he's basically, according to law, he's fly tipping.
the fuck
I-
does that mean?
what does that mean? I've never heard that.
Dumping rubbish on people's private property.
Like, no, dude.
Come
Like,
on.
dude. CRT TVs are not rubbish. Are not garbage. Like, if
That's
you
what I'm
want to play
saying.
Duck Hunt,
Even if
dude,
you didn't want it, you could probably sell it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't name him. And I didn't say it was a bad thing. It's what he's called, and it's what the police say. Most of the people who get TVs off him are very thankful.
Still
'cause they
doesn't
don't
make
have
sense. I'd call him, what was the CRT?
The CRT Bandit, or
I'd call
as
him
the,
the CRT litterer.
or as the
Bandit.
people,
Bandit
pe-
means stealing something.
but the
Yeah.
people who end up getting TVs have actually started calling him the CRT Vigilante.
oh,
I like that. Now that's nice.
yeah. That works a lot better for me.
And
Yeah,
do you-
I got a much better feeling about it now just by that
And-
change of the name.
and here's something for you. This will probably make you all laugh. He's been caught on camera. He wears a TV on his head.
Look, man, he is saving the world, one
Yeah,
television
no.
at a time. He is fighting the evil of
He
flat screen TVs.
But can you see
He-
why TV?
preserving, he is preserving our ability to play light gun games on our retro consoles. Like, no,
Yeah.
this guy
If he would just drop off laser discs and fucking VCRs and stuff.
Yeah, he's dropping them off at houses for people who don't actually have TVs.
Who
How does
called
he
the
know?
law?
How does he know? That's what I want to know. How does he
He's
know?
He's the TV fairy. That's why.
Yeah.
But can you
Look,
kind of see
put-
why?
You put your broke TV under your pillow when you go to bed at night. You wake up with a brand new CRT.
But
retro.
does it make sense why TV on head plus trench coat made me think of that?
I can see
Yeah.
Trench sneaking into people's yards at night, dropping TVs off, just for shits and giggles.
A bit like he does with the puppies.
Like they're going when they wake up in the morning and they walk out on their porch and there's this big old TV that they have to move. It's gonna be so fucking awesome.
At least,
Watch from the bushes and laugh.
at least with the TVs, nobody's getting gassed to death.
True.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The most you're going to get is a hernia.
Hey, Night Watch.
No, he'll leave a little note saying that this TV was donated from the Auschwitz Puppy Foundation.
But yeah. But apparently it's been going on for years and no one knows who he is, how he does it, or why he's dropping off TVs that not only are classic in design, but can have been adapted with a add-on to make them work with modern day technology. So you can plug in your PlayStation.
Okay, you
Night
had
Watch.
me until add
Yeah, Night
on.
Watch. What's up, dude?
It's something
Oh.
you can it's something you can remove, Ethel, so it's not built in. You can actually take it off and it doesn't damage the device.
Like, I don't know. Like, you had me until there. Now I'm questioning the whole thing. Like what?
Yeah, see
No.
me, man. I am the Knight Rider.
It takes all sorts. I mean, there's actually a superhero in New York at the moment.
Listen, Night Watch. What's your feelings about Scream 2? You know?
What do you think of Scream 2? Do 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 do.
Personally, I think it's the next best one to the first one. I know a lot of people like the fourth one, but
Wait a
first
minute.
one and the second one.
He says he's the Knight Rider. Dude, does that mean you got a talking car? Like,
Or does
what's
that mean-
No, he's
No.
the Knight Rider from
Does that
Mad
mean-
Max.
Or is he? Or does he mean he's the actual car?
No. The car is Kit. No, the Knight Rider is
Michael
friggin'
Knight.
is David Hasselhoff.
You are a big fan of Scream 3, or you're not?
Ooh.
Or do you want a fan that's got pictures of the people from Scream 3 embroidered on the blades?
No, it's not that. Can't be that. That'd be like
I think what he means is he wasn't a big fan of Scream 3, which we all weren't.
Scream 3 can jump the shark and be eaten.
yeah, no, not he's clearly
The one thing Scream 3 got, okay? Bulletproof
blame-
vest. Obviously, if you're going to go start causing mayhem and shit, wearing a bulletproof vest is a smart idea.
Yeah, but
He's like the only one to have done that. Now, where it got stupid was the whole I have a recorder that can literally mimic other people's voices. Lame.
I still say that I would have liked it better if Lance Henriksen would have been the killer from Scream 3.
Oh yeah, or Lance and a partner. If we're going with the whole like two people sort of thing going on.
Yeah, maybe
Scream
Lance and
3 is just weird to me. That whole
yeah.
movie.
Scream 3
It
is
feels weird. It looks weird. The
Scream
acting
3
is weird.
Scream 3 was just thrown together at the last moment.
And it's right there at the fucking millennium, you know? It's right there at that time, weird time.
Yeah,
And it shows, and the whole fucking movie is just really fucking weird.
but I could see maybe Lance and his underappreciated fucking lackey secretary or whatever the fuck she is.
Or one of the wannabe actor people.
Oh, can you just imagine Jenny McCarthy as the other killer?
She comes back like, I wanted to be taken seriously as an actress.
Mark, just to interject just for a second.
Oh.
If you want to save time for the rest of the month, you've got about 35 minutes left.
Well, again, my shit resets on.
Oh,
Monday.
in that case, never mind. Sorry. I just remembered doing the math earlier, so it's kind of yeah.
But I will be cutting it here pretty soon because usually about 2.5 hours is when I start running out of stuff to say.
Oh, sorry about that. I just thought I'd because I forgot that your time reset. I just thought I'd say something.
Oh no, you're fine. Like I said, usually around 2.5, 3 hours is when I start grasping at straws.
Will we go to the back room?
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to Scream 3 and 2, I think with Scream 3, there's a lot more straws to grab because there's more stuff to rip into. But with Scream 2, they did an okay movie. There's not a lot to rip into, but there's also not so much to praise.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm looking forward to next time. Rip into Scream 3! Yes!
All right, now
You're good. You're good, Night Watch. Night Watch Zone reigns.
And with that, I am going to call it a night.
Night, people. Enjoy your evening.
Oh, yes.
Good night, everybody. I want to thank everybody who joined me. I want to thank Ethel. I want to thank Deacon, Art, and our good buddy Trinchy.
Are we getting off or are we going to the back room?
And I want to thank everybody who was in chat, and that includes Night Watch and Trash Picture Show, and Natalie, who actually came up with some really decent questions for us to ponder.
Great participation.
I agree.
Oh yeah, Natalie was all over it.
She was.
Nice to meet
On
you.
that note, I bid you adieu.
Bye.
Good night.